Yo, man, welcome to a special episode of the Migo Experiment. Yo, we're doing this, man, via Zoom right now with special guest, professional boxer, yo, with you, Gabriel Rosado. What's good, bro?
What's good, y'all? Chilling, man. Chilling. Thanks for having me. Yo.
So, so how's the antioxidants that you're taking right now, bro? You know what I mean? So how you staying sane through the quarantine, bro?
How I what?
How are you staying sane through this quarantine?
You know what, bro? So, good thing is I own a gym out here in Los Angeles. So I'm training. I'm everyday training. So it's pretty much like I'm like in camp. It's, you know, like camp life. So my trainer comes, we work out, and, you know, eat as best as I can and just go on a run. And, you know, in between times, man, it's just watching documentaries and things like that, right? But it gets boring after a while. You know, they shut everything down, the beaches, the hike trails.
Beaches? Hold up. You from Philly, bro. Where the fuck you at?
I'm in L.A. I live in L.A.
You live in L.A.?
Yeah, I've lived in L.A. for the last 6 years. So I'm from Philly, but I live in Los Angeles.
Es que mira todo eso de la vida de los ricos, you know?
But here's the crazy thing. It's like, it's funny because, you know, like, you take for, like, living in LA, you take the beach for granted, and you take, like, these hike trails for granted, right? And then, like, now that they took it away from us, it's like, I'm like, oh, damn, like, I can't go to the beach. So it's kind of crazy, but I kind of snuck to the beach last week, and I was running, and they were screaming at me. The security was screaming at me through the speakers. And I just played that shit out like I ain't hear them because I had my headphones on. I kept running. So I was like, but it's wild, man. It sucks.
Man, I'm about to say, man, you in LA, man. I thought you like, you know, fuck the beach. You got like some screen shit, some fucking virtual shit. You running, you know, like the high tech training, you know, over there.
You know what, man? I'm all about scenery, bro. Like when I go out for my runs, I can't run on a treadmill. I hate it. So like I gotta do scenery, man. So like if it's like the hills or if it's the beach, I have to have scenery, bro.
I can relate. I need that. Like I need that. You know, it's like motivation. Like, you know.
Yeah. I just. I mean, I get it. Yeah, I get in my zone. Like if I'm on a treadmill, then it feels repetitive, and then it's like by like 2 miles in, I'm like, I want to get off the treadmill already because I'm bored.
Right.
You know? Yeah.
Oh, you know, you're a professional boxer. You're even an actor. Your nickname is what? King?
King. Yeah.
I'm King.
Yeah. So here, the thing is, I didn't like the name King when they first gave it to me. I turned pro when I was 19. So my management at the time gave me the name King, and I hated it because I was like, I'm not feeling that. And so my pro debut, they named it the King's Court. So like I kind of ran with it, and it was what it was. And then it kind of caught on to the point where like I kind of got used to it. But in the beginning, I wasn't feeling it. But I think a name like King is something where like if you give it to yourself, it's kind of corny, I guess. Right?
Yeah. Do you think that people may like get this vibe like, oh, like he calls himself the King?
Yeah, I thought it was too cocky, and I wasn't feeling it, but it stuck. Honestly, it stuck. And like, you know, for sure, everybody says KGR.
Yeah.
So like, you know, like my brand, like my gym, everything's like KGR in the gym, and like my gloves KGR. So it kind of stuck, right? So it kind of got a good flow to it now. But in the beginning, I wasn't feeling it. Yeah.
Hey, I mean, you know, as long as you got that confidence and as long as you know what you're doing, you can call yourself whatever. And hey, you know.
No, it carried on eventually, but it was in the beginning. It was kind of funny.
Okay.
So working in that movie Creed, working next to one of the biggest legend in movies, Sylvester Stallone. How was that?
Yeah. Man, that was dope, man. That's what brought me to LA. That's why I'm in LA now. You know, I moved out here. It was only supposed to be temporary, and then I just fell in love with the city, and you know, I made it official. But you know, when I got to work with Stallone, it was crazy because I'm from Philly, and you know, Rocky is
based on Philly, yeah.
So like, that's legendary, bro. You know, so like when I moved to LA to get into the acting scene, my first starring role was Creed, bro. And it was, and I 4 months of living in Los Angeles, I fly back to Philadelphia to shoot Creed, which was like, it was like meant to be type. It was like meant to be. It's crazy. So,
did you have to take it easy on him?
We worked. Michael B, he's athletic, man. So, you know, he caught on quick. But, you know, working with Stallone was so awesome because, like, you know, he's a real boxing fan, bro. So, like, just him talking about my fights, it was crazy that he actually saw my fights and he knew who I was. So we talked a lot of boxing. So, and he was real down to earth, man, genuine dude. So it was just dope. You know, sometimes you meet people that you look up to, and when you meet them, they're not what you thought they were, right? And it's like, oh, damn. It's like a letdown, right? But with him, man, it was just like, it was like above and beyond. It was like, damn, man, he was so dope. He's down to earth, people person. Yeah, so it was really cool.
That's what's up, man, because like what you just said earlier too, man, you really didn't like your original name, you know, was King, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just about like you, from my point of view, is you're humble enough to be, damn, why you gotta call me all that for, man? Like, man, I'm just me, man, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But you know, that shows humility in a way, because your particular field, man, it's 100, man. It's egos and it's cockiness and it's I mean, of course you gotta sell the fight, man, for those.
And you know, the thing is about boxing is like my mom hates hearing me talk trash in my press conference, because, you know, when I'm in my press conference, I turn into like a whole different person, and I'm cursing and I'm talking crazy.
But that's the height. That's the height.
But it ain't even really, with me, it's not necessarily hype. With me, sometimes I really get caught up into it. And sometimes it is hype, because, you know, you want to sell the fight. But the thing is, like, the sport is so savage. It's a beautiful sport. It's the sweet science, right? This shit is chess, right? So it's a thinking man sport. But at the same time, it's savage, because you going in there trying to take somebody's head off, and he trying to take your head off. So to sit down and be all calm and coolly, sometimes it just don't flow. Sometimes you just got to let that beast out, and you got to kind of, like, you know, be that way, man. So it's funny, man. It's like that alter ego. You got to have one, you know?
Yeah, man. No, we feel you, man. We feel you, especially in the industry that we're in. Like, we're in entertainment here locally in the DMV, man. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Not your radio host. Bodie was a radio host too. Don Willy, man, he's like the multi-purpose dude, bro. My man will be your he'll be your bottle dude. He'll buy you, party with you with the bottle, like he probably is right now.
Man. He's essential.
You know what I mean? Yeah, so like the alter ego, you know, when, like your alter ego obviously goes when you're in front of promoters, you know what I mean, and pretty much to promote, right? So you got that hype. So us knowing we gotta go to the alter ego and kind of become somebody who's really not, but it's entertainment just to get the job done. You dig what I'm saying?
Yeah, for sure, no doubt.
But as well to being Puerto Rican, right, and representing La Gente Latina, how did you feel? Pretty much, you know what? Being that way, Puerto Rican and Latino, period, because, you know, we talk shit all the time. You want to be a boxer, bro. Like, who pissed you off so bad? You, man, I'm going to fucking learn to be out, dog.
But you know what? It runs in the Puerto Rican blood. So it must be an influence in there.
Well, you know what? I grew up being a Tito Trinidad fan. Like, who wasn't a Tito fan, right? Like, you know, I think to this day, a Puerto Rican fighter hasn't exceeded to that point of Tito Trinidad. Like, Tito Trinidad was just special, right? So I looked up to Tito, and I wanted to be like Tito, right? But I didn't pick up boxing until I was 18. So I actually picked up late. So I didn't start fighting professionally. You know, I was a street fighter, so, you know, I got caught up with shit in the street, and I was good with my hands, but I didn't pick it up as a profession, you know, take it serious till I was 18 years old. And
No, go ahead.
Yeah, so I picked it up at 18, and I was just a quick learner because, you know, I was always athletic. I was always into sports. And I had a trainer that was very old school, and he taught me the fundamentals, so I caught on fast. I picked up fast. I was like a natural. And I was just like, I just wanted to be like Tito. I wanted to be on HBO, and I wanted to be like my other people I looked up to, like Holyfield and Tyson and all that. So, you know, that's just how it started, man. It wasn't even nothing that I had anger or I wanted to just, like, hurt people. I just kind of it was a sport that I just loved. You know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely.
It's tough sport, bro.
It is.
So you went from a street fighter straight to pro. You didn't even fight amateur.
So I had 11 amateur fights. I had only 11.
Only 11?
How many on the street?
That's not even a lot. So, like, you know, growing up in Philly is a real tough city. So when I would get in street fights, like some of it would be beef, but some of it would just be competition. Like some of it would just be like, you know, someone from this neighborhood said they got hands, and then I got hands. So it's like we would meet up and we would just settle it on who had better hands. It wasn't even beef. It was just like a pickup basketball game. Like, all right,
who the fuck was it?
And that was yeah, but that's normal. That's normal. That was normal life. So you'll just knuckle up. And the thing is, like, I remember this one kid. I fought him like 4 times, and he would beat me every time. He had better hands than me. And then the last time we fought, I hit him with a left hook, and I bust his eardrum.
Oh, we lost you.
Yo, you got me? Yeah, somebody was calling me. I hit him with a left hook, and I bust his eardrum. And he was bleeding from his ear. And this was probably like in the 2nd grade.
Wow.
Damn.
I have one more question for you, because a lot of people don't know this. I know you're recently just started training with Freddie Roach.
Yeah, man.
So you know he's a legendary, from Tyson to Oscar de la Hoya to Manny Pacquiao.
Yeah.
How do you feel?
Yeah, my bad, man. Somebody keep FaceTiming me. You know, I've known Freddie Roach since, you know, I've always known about Freddie Roach because he was a fighter himself.
Yeah.
But I met him in 2012. I would go to his gym and I would train there every now and then. I'll fly to Los Angeles with my trainer at the time and we would work. So I was always a fan of Freddie. And, you know, pretty much me working with him, it got to the point where, like, I want a shot at the world title. Like, I want to give my last run. I want to give it everything I got. So I said, you know, in order for me to really give myself a real shot, I need to align myself with an elite trainer that's really going to be focused and have a great game plan and leading me to that direction. So that's how it played out. I talked to Freddie and he didn't even hesitate. He was like, let's do it. And our first fight was back in, when was that, December? And we won a unanimous decision. And, you know, I just, like, the training camp was just great. It went smooth. You know, Freddie's about business, bro. Just working with somebody that's so professional, bro, it just brought the best out of me because I'm a control freak. So, like, in my camps, if you allow me to dictate the camp, I will. And that was what was bad about my camps, right? But with Freddie, he don't play that. It's like it's the way he calls the shots, and it's like I respect him, so I'll do whatever he wants. So I think that's going to definitely elevate my career to that next level.
Man, yo, luck to you, man, and that should be trying to get that title as well, man. Because you know, I know
sure.
You've had your shots before, man. You actually held the title for a little bit too, didn't you?
Yeah, at 54, and I was ranked number 1 at 54, and then we went up to 60. And then I had a title shot against Golovkin, and then I had a title shot against Peter Quillen. I mean, so we just going for the third try, bro. Third one's the charm. You feel me? Yeah. And the next fight might be with Daniel Jacobs. So,
I've been hearing that.
It's funny because, like, I had a talk with, you know, my lawyers and all, and they're like, yo, it could happen, but it might happen without an audience. So I'm like, oh, shit. So I'm like, as long as that check the same, we good. So it'd be TV, but it'd be whatever. Like, this is what they're talking about with fights. It's not positive yet, but they're probably going to do fights with just TV, no audience. So it's interesting how that's going to play out.
Well, that's definitely something. Are you planning on having or coming anytime at all to the DC, Maryland, Virginia area?
You know, it's close to Philly because I go to Philly every other month. So I'm always in Philly. So, you know, I definitely enjoy that area. I remember being out there. It was dope. It was cold, though. It was a lot of snow. But
you it was a lot of right time.
Yeah, it was a lot of love, and it was dope, definitely. I would definitely like to go to D.C.
Yeah, I heard that on the East Coast, man, Philly happens to be the best Puerto Rican food. Is this true?
Well, you know, like, Philly has a big Puerto Rican population. I mean, we have a Puerto Rican parade and everything, man. So it's dope. Like Philly is like like New York, just smaller. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So yeah, it's almost the same thing, man. You know, a lot of Dominicans, a lot of Puerto Ricans, Colombians. It's pretty much now is like more of a mix of a little bit of everything now. Where before it was like all Puerto Ricans, but now it's a lot of Dominicans and Colombians. Yeah, so it's a mix.
So how would you say, you know, I mean, the fact that you grew up in Philly, I'm imagining that you grew up with these Puerto Rican dishes, cuisines. I mean, did you grow up like in a real straight out of Puerto Rico type of house, you know, hold?
Yeah. Arroz con dulce, coquito for Christmas, all that. Yeah, like.
So do you like, you know, is it hard to like find anything like
here's the beauty. I have a lot of Puerto Rican friends out here and they cook. So yesterday I actually had rice and beans and chuleta with totones.
Yeah.
So it's love. You know what I mean?
You need to go to the pupusa truck out there.
So you know what? There's a Puerto Rican restaurant out here. It's called Mofongos, and it's in North Hollywood. So it's like, I mean,
does it live up to the name? Is the
it's not bad. It ain't my grandmom's cooking. It ain't my mom's cooking. But it's
that can't compare.
It's close. You know what I mean? You can't complain. But it's funny because I'm the type of boy for my family. Because a lot of my Spanish friends out here are Mexican, Guatemalan, Salvadorian. So when I go out to Spanish restaurants with them, I'm always ordering rice and beans. And then it's always rice and beans, and they might not have chuleta, but I'll be like, well, let me get $10 then. You know what I mean?
It's the same way for me out here, considering the fact that, like, you know, I have in this area, there's a lot of like Central Americans, and there are South Americans too. But when I go out to eat like at a Spanish restaurant with like my Central American friends, you know, they always get their side of tortillas, and then when I don't eat my food with tortilla, they look at me like I'm weird, and I'm just like,
like I'll pass on the tortillas. Like I can't. I mean, because it's a culture thing. It's what you grow up with. You know what I'm saying? So it's like Puerto Ricans, we grew up eating a certain way, so it's like it's just our flavor. You know what I mean?
Hey, plantains, that's like my tortilla right there. You know.
You gotta keep weight too, though. So you say that right now.
I'm hungry talking about all this.
You better get taco out there.
Since you only eat rice and beans when you go with your Spanish friends, you need to try pupusas.
Pupusa. You know what, bro? I'm hip to a lot of different things because, like I said, I got the Guatemalan friends, Salvadorian friends. So I've tried their tamales and their what they call it, pastel and all that. You know what I mean? It's different because pastel to us is like
es como más ¿cómo se dice? Like más like usamos, like we use different type of things como plátano, or like, you know, we use
well, pastel to my Guatemalan friends is cake.
Yeah.
So I didn't know that. I mean, so it's just different, right?
You know what? I'm gonna tell you one more term. You know, to us in Puerto Rico, when we say cake, it's bizcocho.
Yeah.
We say bizcocho.
Yeah.
So my uncle went to a bakery in Texas, and it was like I think it was like a Mexican-owned like bakery. And he was looking for a cake for my uncle. And he was like, you know, oye, ustedes venden, you know, ¿qué tipo de bizcocho tiene? And the lady was like, she got so shocked. She was like, and then that's when someone had to pull him out. Was like, yo, bizcocho means like la batata. That's what that means. So he asked her, he understood it as, yo, what type of pussy y'all got here? What type of pussy y'all got here? I was like, oh, you gotta get another
wow. That's funny.
It's just a Puerto Rican, man, like bicho, bro, like bicho. Okay, you bicho, y'all mean dick. Bicho to us, Salvadorans and Hondurans, it means a little motherfucking kid, bro. I mean, hey, bicho cerote, vení pa acá, bicho cerote. You know, you talking fucked like that. Yo, come in, you bitch ass little nigga, come here.
That's funny. Oh, we say, yo, tiene chavo. And to like Guatemalans or Mexicans, chavo is a kid, and travel to Puerto
El
Rico.
Chavo, sí.
Chavo to y'all is money. I know.
Yeah, Chavo to us is money. Like, dame Chavo. They be like, dame Chavo. You want a boy?
Shut up on the motherfucker. Yo, boxing too. You might whoop my ass if I say something too. Yo, what the fuck?
That's when you get arrested real quick.
That's funny. No, that's funny.
Ay, Dios. Bueno, Gabriel, thank you so much for being here with us today.
No, for sure.
If anything, we definitely want to show you love. So if you want to go ahead and put out your social media, where can we follow you?
My social media is King Gabriel Rosado. So, you know what I mean? Just follow me, show love. I'll definitely visit DC when the weather gets better.
When the fucking weather, when they're fucking in quarantine now, bro.
Hey, when the quarantine's over, we'll show you a good party.
Yeah. That's the wild part. It's gonna be May. It's nuts. It's like we just got past the winter. It's crazy. But yeah, for sure, man. I'm gonna stop by, man, and have a good time over there.
Definitely.
Well,
Definitely.
For sure.
Again, man, throw out the social media again, man, because we're gonna follow you too. Hopefully, we gotta follow back. You a famous man. You know what I mean? So.
Thank you, brother. No, yeah, the social media is King Gab Rosado, and then my gym social media is Ready Go Bad. So I just started my gym in LA, man. So it's growing. Once everything gets back to normal, man, we'll be back on the map, man. And on my Instagram, I actually have a workout video that people can try at home, and it's a 20-minute workout with no equipment. So you just go on my page and you'll see the workout, and in between rounds, just take a 30-second break or a minute break, and then just run the drills. It's pretty dope. It's 20 minutes, man. It's a great workout.
Hey, what do you guys think? We should definitely do a little as a promo. We should definitely try to do this as a challenge.
Oh no, it's a dope workout. It's tough. It looks simple. It looks simple, but it's pretty tough, man. But it's great. You could do it at home. You don't need equipment. It's a combination of boxing and HIIT training. So it's a little bit of both.
We're doing it.
So it's 20 minutes.
Hey, they're not gonna try to put me in quarantine, right? Because
if y'all do the workout, put it on the story, and I'll repost, man. So make sure y'all do it. Post it on the story.
But hey, Willy, hey nigga, stop breathing heavy already, motherfucker. We haven't even started. We got you, dog. We'll go ahead and do that.
No, man. All right, man.
Hey, man, you take care, man. Yo, thank you for everything. But before, we got a couple minutes before. Look, listen. You got any last words, man, for any kids, anybody trying to come up in this game, especially in the boxing game, man, or in any game? How about that?
Man, I get that asked a lot, man. Like, what should I do? Any advice or whatever? My thing is, bro, is believe in yourself first, 100%. You have to believe in yourself, and don't get so caught up in like people's opinion on what they think. Because when I told people I was gonna start fighting, like I literally had people laugh at me. You know what I mean? When I said I was gonna be on HBO and whatever, like literally they would laugh at me. And then it never bothered me. I just stood focused. So it's like believe in yourself first and really do the work. You know what I'm saying? Like put in the work and study. Like study fighters like Duran, like legendary fighters like Duran, Sugar Ray Leonard, Floyd Mayweather. Study their work ethic, man, and their discipline. It's all about discipline, bro. It's all about sacrificing. And one more thing is about time. Because I think we live like in a society where everybody expects things to happen right away. And for me, it didn't happen. It took me 8 years to finally get my shot. You know what I'm saying? And that was 8 years of working all types of jobs, only making $10 an hour, fighting for dirt money, not making no real money, and just a lot of ups and downs, not just in and out of the ring, but in life, period. You feel me? Because life hits you too. So once you get past all that, man, and you stay focused and you stay consistent, man, then, it'll pay off. So it's just, people have to understand that. It's just, it's longevity. Feel me?
Yeah, man. I just reminded myself, man, it just took me back to like that big punch on, who's laughing at me now? Ha!
Yeah. Real talk.
Hey, yep. Man, yo, thanks for coming out, man, and making some time for us, man. We know we joined you a happy hour because like 3 hours behind over there.
For sure.
But you know what? You guys remember, you guys can go ahead and follow me at LaBori DMV, LABORII DMV, El Don Willy.
You can follow me at Eldon Willy.
At Henry Flow, man, FLO_DCF. And of course, man, always tune into the next episode of the
Migo Experiment.